Hi, I'm David Scranton, and thanks for clicking this video. Today, we're talking about ways that you can make your retirement plan more resilient in the face of adversity. And I'm here with Jeff Small, president of Arbor Financial Services, as well as David Stearns. He's president of Stearns Retirement Group, a retirement income store located just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. David, it's always our pleasure to talk with you, whether it's over the phone or right here on the show.
Thank you, Dave. Good to be with you guys.
Great to see you, Dave Stearns. So Dave, I think that people consult with you because they're looking for somebody to help them be resilient with their retirement planning. What are the most common reasons people need to be resilient with their retirement plan?
Well, I think probably the biggest reason is just the uncertainty of where their dollars are residing. You know, the markets are up, the markets are down. That's probably not going to change. But a lot of times I find that people aren't as resilient in their portfolio as they need to be. They need to be prepared to continue to receive, especially income, when the markets are going down and up.
Sure. So resilience is more important than ever in today's economic climate, is what you're saying.
I am saying that. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say more than ever. You know, in other words, the prices of the stocks and equities, it's not like this is the first time they've been overpriced. But, you know, when we think of the Shiller price to earnings ratio, for example, it's at 38 right now for the S&P 500. I mean, that's only happened this is the third time that's ever happened. The first time was in 1929. The second time was in 2000. So we know clients have to have their portfolios prepared and to be resilient because we know what will come.
So having their portfolios prepared then is the most important thing they should be doing between now and the end of the year. Is that what you're saying, Dave?
I would definitely, yes, I agree. And that is what I'm saying, Jeff.
So let me ask you this, Dave. You know, how about the psychology, right? You work with people every single day, and people just outside of Atlanta can't be that much different from people in Connecticut or Florida, right? So so many people are surprised when some emergency occurs, and they haven't baked in this need for financial resilience. Psychologically, emotionally, why do you think that is?
Well, that's a great question, Dave. You know, I think they're in denial a lot of times. You know, there's that normalcy bias. We've talked about it on this show, I think, before, but people have this sort of built-in sort of psychological mechanism. I think it's just how they're created to kind of minimize what's happening to someone else. They think it's going to happen to someone else. It's not going to happen to them. Or if it does, it won't be as bad. You know, I just got off the phone with someone this morning who talked about how her father lost 60% in the 08-09 Great Recession. And that advisor that he was with was asking him to refinance his house and put more money at risk in the market. So she realizes it can happen. But the average person, Dave, I think they're in denial psychologically.
And yeah, paying down debt is something that you could do to increase your financial resilience, right? Not taking on more debt, especially if you're retired or about to retire. So bottom line, the best piece of advice you can give our income generation members with the resilience, you know, how do you increase resilience when it comes to making sure that you've protected your investments between now and December 31st?
Yeah. Well, the reality is that retirement's about income. And so most people don't realize it, but when you invest for the income, invest for the I, you end up making your portfolio a good bit more conservative. And I would recommend that shift entirely between now and the end of the year. You know, last year in 2000, when we saw in 2020, I mean, when we saw the market fall as much as it did, our income investments continued to deliver consistent and stable income during that time. And that's probably the best example I could give. And so I would encourage a shift like that before the end of the year, Dave.
Well, what that does is that gives you staying power. Even if you're retired, if the interest and dividends are enough to satisfy your income needs, now you have the staying power to hold on to that investment that happens to be temporarily down in value all the way until it comes back. So Dave Stearns, again, our pleasure for having you here. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Good to be with you.
Thank you for watching this video. And remember, if you enjoyed this interview, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel.